you know, read properly, and pass our exams, right? So I hope everybody here has their notes and their pens already prepared to, get knowledge from our guest, Mr. Victor. I'm sure you all know him. So, that being said, let us welcome Mr. Victor with our virtual hands. We can clap, we can unmute and also clap as well. So, let's welcome Mr. Victor, everybody. Thank you all. Mr. Victor, you have the ground.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, I'm sure now that we can hear me because I have heard two voices. Thank you, Marire.
Hi.
Thank you, Isaac, and every other person present in this call. I'll try to share my screen now so we can get right to it. I know it's evening. I don't want to take much of your time. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen,
sir. Oh, great. So I'll get right into it. We know exam is upon us. Speculation says 26th. Some says 28th. We are also hearing that it could be first week of March, but irrespective, that is barely 2-3 weeks from now. So we are in exam period. I am very sure that you have been busy with tests, tutorials, and all of that. So coming from ETC Vibes, we want to put you in check and help you with preparing for your exams and acing those exams you want to write. This is one of many other interventions that ETC Vibes have put in place to help students with their exams. I want to believe that before you are here, for the most of you, you have an idea what ETC Vibes is all about. ETC Vibes is all about you. It's all about helping you through your study while in school, both to study, pass your exams, and for the most part, even hold tutorials if you're qualified for it and maybe make some money. I know we have other events tomorrow that you will get more light on what ETC Vibe is about and what you can benefit from ETC Vibe. Now to the content of today, how best to prepare for your forthcoming examination. I want to first of all make a pledge to you to know that I'm not taking most of your time. Within 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, we should be done. So I may not take so much time asking you questions and all of that. Now, the first thing that should come to your mind is that you should know is that you should study smart. It is not enough for you to study. It is better if you learn to study smarter. It is a good thing to read, but I've seen cases where you read and just before you get into examination hall, everything flies off your head because of the method you have applied or employed. You see, it is very important you come to learn that there are methods to study. You don't just take a material and start devouring it. You must study in line with what you have been taught. You must study in line with the nature of the lecturer that is teaching you. So one of the things you must have done while listening to the lecturer is to learn their methodology, learn the places where they lay emphasis. Please, if you're on the call, try as much as possible to mute your mic so that you not disturb other participants. If you are just joining the call, try as much as possible to mute your mic. If you have other admins in the house, please go ahead and help them so that they have their mics active. All right. So as we're saying, when it comes to learning, working smarter is the goal. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. Hard work is good, but when you add smartness or smarts to your hard work, it becomes even better. So how do you study or learn smarter? You have to use effective methods to remember, to understand first of all, and remember your course material. Now, what does it mean? It means that you are finding the right techniques, like summarizing notes. If you can see my screen, I think it is clear enough. Practicing with past questions, very, very important. You see, your notes can be very bulky. Many times it is bulky because that's how academics work. If you walk into a place and you want to learn something, because they are vocational, they can just go to the key points and tell it to you. But when you are learning in an academic environment, everything is poured out to you because they want to give you details and expect you as a learning individual to go summarize it. So you must learn how to summarize notes. That is why being in class is important. I know you have attended class. Now, I said something before, learn the important points, the places your lecturers placed emphasis. They will help you, they will guide you to where the point you will keep down when you are summarizing. Now, after this, one other thing you will have to do is to practice with past questions. Please, I'll have you know that as much as we lecturers, we are very serious and we love our work. The reality is that over the years, questions will remain similar. We have come to see that there are questions that work. There are questions that really test students. So it is very hard for us to change questions totally. So sometimes you see a particular course, generally not just the Redeemers University, a particular course over the years, the questions change slightly. The questions change, at least sometimes it gets up to 40%, 30% of questions repeating. So two things that using past questions will do is that it will help you so much so that you would even see some questions repeated. The next thing is that it will help you to understand your lecturer, the way they set their questions, the mannerism with which their questions flow. So that will help you to understand your lecturers. After you've understood this, if you're using past questions, there are now questions that are not in your course material. You can go online and use online resources. Thankfully, you have ETC Vibes, for example, that provides you with this service. You can use past questions from ETC Vibes. You can use the AI, which is just recently launched feature in ETC Vibes to help you practice for exam. By studying smart, you will save your time, you will reduce stress, and achieve better results in your studies. You know, there's a way you study. I see you guys in class say, my head is hot. Someone was saying today to me, Mr. Victor, my head won't blow. As on the lighter side, many times you end up like this if you choose to study just hard and not smart because you want to put everything in your head. But lo and behold, it doesn't work that way. There are highlights, there are high points, there are key points, there are emphasized points. So you take all of this together, make them your summary notes, and especially when it is getting closer to exams, you don't have the luxury to read all your materials the way you used to read them. You just want to focus on the important points. Now you have to plan also towards exam. You see, school is to teach you many aspects of life. One of them is management, planning. You don't just stumble into your exam. As I said before, you have 2 to 3 weeks to your exam. You have to begin to plan to your exam. You have to take charge of your schedule, where you want to be at a particular time. Organize your tasks. Things that you are doing before, even as a student, there are things you are doing that you have to cut out. You have to cut down on. Maybe it's your evening stroll or whatever. There are things you have to cut down on for this period. Re-strategize. Take charge of your schedule. Please, I would love you to be taking notes of these things because you think they are small things, but at the end of the day, they sum up to define your life, define what you get out of your exams. So you take stock of your life, take stock of your events, take stock of your daily activities, then begin to organize. Now break your goals into smaller manageable steps and set realistic deadlines. See, don't let that grammar confuse you. We are talking about exams here. You know what your aim is. You know the grades you want. Now, it is easy for you to say, oh, for exams, it's over 60. What do I want to score? Using the past questions you have. They're asking me to answer 4 questions, for example. How many questions would I have answered for me to get at least a 45, to get a 50, so that by the time I'm getting 25, 20 from my continuous assessment, I would have gotten to the A grade range? You look at these things and you begin to work towards them. Begin to answer questions with your past questions. Begin to get comfortable with questions that you have seen. You do them over and over again, not because you want to cram them, but because you are doing them so that you get comfortable with them. And it is very important that you take charge of your mindset. It is very important that you take charge of your mindset. Mindset is very, very important. See why we are saying this. For 100 level students, you may not really get this point, but please, whatever you can get from it, get it. But 200 level students, listen, some of you had issues with some of your results before. So you already are apprehensive because the exam is coming. You are worried, you are fearful. You don't get to exam with fear, you get to exam with confidence. It's not an arrogant confidence. It's not arrogance. It's with confidence. The confidence because you have been planning. Now, getting into an exam hall with fear will cripple you. You get into an exam hall, you are sweaty, you have running stomach because your mind is already messed up. So what you have to do from the beginning is you study smart, you plan, and when it's time for exam, your mind is set right. You enter into exam hall with confidence. You enter into an exam hall with confidence does not mean that you may not forget something you have read. But you see what confidence will do for you? Confidence will help you to be composed. And when you are composed, it becomes easier for you to put your mind right to remember that thing that you have forgotten. If you are jittery, if you are apprehensive, you will skip that question. There's no way you remember it because your mind is already messed up. So you have to cultivate a positive mindset. You have to build resilience. Challenges will come. There are courses that would be an habitat for you. There are courses that will not look kind to you. There are courses that will not look nice. It is normal. But I tell you, even in those courses, you can still ace them. You can still score an A if you have the right mindset. Studying with the right mindset will help you. I used to tell you guys, those of you that have been my student, that when you see something I've seen in class, we are joking. You know, I play a lot in class. We are joking. I ask questions randomly, and you guys answer fine. But immediately it gets to exam or test mode, I tell you that it's going to be a score for you. You begin to get jittery because you have already clocked it in your head that, oh, exam, oh, assessment. So fear comes in. It is very, very important that you cultivate your mindset. Take things light. Even though you are a serious person, take things light. Don't let an exam mindset that is negative build in you. What do I mean by that? There's an exam mindset that when you think about it as an exam, everything shuts down. Everything shuts down. You're already thinking, oh, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. If you think that way, it can mess you up. So what you think about is, oh, this is a challenge. All these things I've been preparing for is right in my front now. So you attack it like that, not thinking about A, B, C, D, thinking about putting down everything you have been learning. Now, from these experiences, what you should do is embrace growth. That is why practice is important. Practice with past questions. If you don't get it right, learn from it. Learn from that setback. You practice again. Learn from that setback. Everything you keep telling yourself is that, oh, out of 5 questions, I got only 1. That is a good one. The next day, practice again. Oh, out of 5 questions, I've gotten 2. You see, you are motivating yourself and confidence is building. Before exam, as I said, you have 2-3 weeks. Before exam, out of 5 questions, you are probably answering 4 of them correctly or the 5 of them correctly. You see, because you are doing this step by step, you are learning from your setbacks or failing 4 and getting only 1, you are now at the point where you are getting just about 100% of the question. Please, I want to get a feedback from you. I hope we are still together.
Yes,
1
sir.
or 2 persons. Oh, thank you very much. So I'm still clear. Now,
Okay.
as I have said before, ETC Vibes is a platform that is designed to help you change the way you study, change the way you prepare for exams, and change your mindset. That is what ETC Vibes is about. It is tailored towards efficient learning. It is tailored towards helping you learn effectively, especially with regards to exam. Some of you may already be on the platform. I think you can see my screen. You see what it's all about. The E there is for examination, the T is for tutorial, and the C, of course, is for course materials. One thing that ETC Vibe will help you with is past questions. You get past questions, you can study, you can join tutorials that will treat some topics you may be finding difficult, tutorials that will handle some of the past questions you have seen, and these are some of the features ETC Vibes. Okay, I think with permission from the CEO ETC Vibes, Mr. Isaac, I think people should drop their email address on the chat, or rather what you should do is there is a community, join the WhatsApp group so that we'll share this document with you. Is that fine?
Yes, I'm going to send the link in.
All right, please let them get this material so that going forward you know exactly what you stand to gain from ETC Vibes and the class we've had now. If you have questions, you can ask questions on that community or direct it to Mr. Isaac. So we have personalized tutorials, general tutorials. There is ETC Vibes features. The last time we had an event, the AI feature was not available, but right now the feature is available. And we have course materials coming soon. This will include quizzes, flashcards, notes, past questions, solutions to past questions, and others. Now there is the file manager that will be launching soon. This will help you to arrange your resources, because you get resources, your past questions, your materials are all your resources. It helps you to arrange them the way you want to. Then there is the ability to earn, which is a feature that will be launching very, very soon. How do you earn? You post relevant materials, people engage your materials, just like how social media earning works. People engage your material, you make money from that. You can also earn as a tutor by taking tutorials. So thank you very much for your time. As I said, I do not want to take too much of your time. So thank you very much. I think quickly, except Mr. Isaac has something to say, quickly, if you have a question or two, we can take questions. Just raise up your hands and we'll take your questions. Either as your virtual hands. So Mr. Isaac, please let me be on the lookout for who may have a question.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So please, if you have any question, you can drop it or raise your hand. All right. In the absence of none, I think Mario can go ahead with the session. So if you have any questions, you can also drop them on the community group. I sent the link already. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for staying to this moment. And let us clap our virtual hands for Mr. Victor, because trust me, even I, that I'm not presently a student, I've learned a lot. Like, basically, these are things I wish I had known then. Or maybe I did, and out of ignorance or out of the fear of like exams, I probably didn't prepare the right way. Because trust me, it's like gone a long way, and it's a fact. It's a very big fact. Most of the things we do is just past questions. We don't summarize our entire note just to have like basic knowledge at first, and then preparing afterwards, like towards the exams with that knowledge. But yes, please let us make sure we are happy for Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor, thank you very, very much. Really appreciate this, and we are grateful for creating this slide because yes, I'm gonna keep it for myself too. Okay, so yes, guys, thank you all for joining. And after the session today, we are going to have like a game, a little bit of game session, right? So for those who are going to win and actively participate, of course, you need to actively participate for you to win.